Austin, Texas house. Now, this house we'll be using is an example of early platform construction. The original part of the house you see here was built in 1947, and there have been several additions and modifications to the house over time, including that second-story master suite.
And I see they're doing a bedroom addition above the existing garage.
Right. And they're still making renovations inside the house as well.
Now, our installation crew will be CST of Austin.
Good morning, John and Ken.
Good morning.
Nice to see you again.
Likewise.
I see you.
Now, John Litt is President and CEO of CST Custom System Technologies, and Ken Schultz is Sales Manager. Now, I understand you started the company in 1995, John, and you to do full-service custom electronic system design and installation.
That's correct.
You do about 250 installations a year, and have been doing retrofit since the beginning?
That's correct. Well, we started as a single-man company, and now we're up to about 15 people.
Great job.
Thank
Good. And Ken, I understand you have the dubious nickname of Retrofit King.
That's correct.
Now, how'd you get that?
Well, I've been able to keep guys up in the attic quite a bit, and I've incorporated the nickname.
Well, let's hope it's a fun nickname.
You bet.
Now, we saw a little of the house earlier, but why don't we get you to take us through again, and so we can see in a little more detail what and where we're installing in this house.
Sounds good.
I'll go ahead and catch up with you all later. I'm going to go ahead and check on my installation crews.
We'll see you later. The first floor contains the original part of the house built in 1947. This now contains the formal dining room, a library, a sunroom, an exercise room, and a guest room. The two-story addition, built in 1965, contains the kitchen, informal dining, and living room. Fortunately for our installers, most of the first floor has a 3-foot crawl space underneath and an attic crawl space above.
Good. What's all the equipment that you have planned to be installed?
Well, in this particular project, we're planning to put in a structural wiring panel,
Okay.
as well as replacing the existing wiring in this house, and then putting in a whole house audio distribution center, which we will put in 7 speakers and 7 volume controls throughout the house.
Okay, 7 rooms.
Correct, 7
Okay,
rooms.
stereo speakers in each room.
Yes.
Great.
Pairs.
Right. Well, that's an ambitious installation, but with A-access, it shouldn't take too long.
No, I
Be a
don't believe so.
manageable project.
Okay. What room are we in right now?
This room here is our library, and in this room we're planning to put in ceiling speakers,
Okay.
as well as a volume control.
Right up here?
Yes, sir.
Good.
And if you follow me into the dining room, I'll show you what we're doing in there.
Sure.
Okay. Oh. Nice. What do you have planned in here in the dining room?
Well, the same as what we're doing into the library room. I'll be putting in 2 in-ceiling speakers, as well as a volume control.
Yeah, it's
When
very
we
nice.
go into here, we'll go into the kitchen. In
Real
our,
pretty kitchen.
You
Nice.
bet.
Did a nice job on that.
in our kitchen area, we will be bringing in a Cat 5 and 2 Cat 5s, one for data and one for phone.
Oh,
Okay.
good. Good.
Breakfast area.
Here we have our breakfast area.
Oh, I see your installers have gotten to work. They got a nice setup here.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We put this drop cloth down on all of our job sites. That way that we can protect the homeowner's floors.
An important thing to do in retrofit.
You bet.
Sure. And this is the living room area.
And in this
I see.
part, this is our living room area. I will be bringing in the rear speakers. I'm going to be doing surround sound in this room. I will put my
Okay.
rear speakers on each side of the cap chairs there, and I put banana plugs into the wall.
Okay.
I will have my audio head in behind the curtain there, and I will terminate them from the whole house audio.
Okay, by head in, you mean where all the speaker wires terminate?
That's correct, from the whole house.
Okay.
And then we'll move forward and go into the original part of the house.
Okay.
This is our exercise room.
Okay.
And in the exercise room, we're going to put in-ceiling speakers,
Okay.
as well as a volume control,
Here?
phone and cable. Yes, sir. Volume
Okay.
control will go on that wall.
Good.
As well as phone and cable. Now, my access for the phone and cable here will be under the subfloor.
And
And
the speakers you can get from the attic space?
Not a problem.
Okay.
Let's
Good.
go into the guest bedroom.
What's going in here in the guest bedroom?
Now, in the guest bedroom, I'm going to put phone and cable. I will put phone at the head of the bed and the cable against this wall here. Again, I have great crawl space underneath the house.
No speakers in this
No,
part of
sir.
the house. Okay, good. Helen, Ken, and I then head upstairs. The second floor is the master suite over the 1965 addition. It contains the master bedroom, bath, and a dressing room with an attic crawl space above.
Looks like the installation crew's already here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like our guys have been up here, and what they're doing right now is they're going around the corners and looking in to see what we have attic access to. What they notified me of is that we can get into the sunroom to replace those speaker wires downstairs.
But it looks like you're completely blocked, air conditioning equipment and ductwork to get over the rest.
Yeah, they
of
let me know that as well, so that's why we had to go underneath the rooms downstairs.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we'll see that later.
You bet. Let's proceed in the master bedroom.
Well, Ken, this is the space that's over the living room.
Correct.
We were in a little earlier, and this is the upper floor of that addition.
Yes. In this room, in the master bedroom, we're going to put in a cable outlet there.
Okay.
Behind the entertainment center. We'll put in a volume control and in-ceiling speakers, as well as behind the bed, we will put a phone.
Okay. Now, I assume we're coming down from the attic to do that.
Yes.
And we get there?
Well, let me get there. And here's going to be our attic access to getting in over the master bedroom.
Okay.
Pull
From a
downstairs.
pull downstairs, yes.
That's how they're going to work up there.
And
Okay.
on this side of the closet, we have a scuttle hole there, which will get us into the library area as well as the dining room
Oh,
area.
so that attic over the library and over that dining.
Correct.
And they've already got that lit up as well. That's
You
good.
bet, yeah.
Okay.
Let's proceed into the master bath.
Very nice.
In the master bath, we're going to add a phone jack for the homeowner. Because she has a particular piece right here, we're going to put the phone jack down low so she can set her phone on top of it.
Okay.
I'm going to put in a pair of in-ceiling speakers, as well as over here I will add a volume control.
And we're going to get all of that from the attic.
Correct. This concludes our walk through the house.
So we've seen all the equipment that's going to be installed.
Yes.
That's right. This wall right here is lining up the closet. The attic cells right here.
John, hi.
Hi, Helen. How you doing?
Good. We just had a great tour of the whole project, everything that's going to be installed from Ken. And now we'd love it if you'd share with us the installation strategy.
Sure. Let me show you how we're going to start. Basically, Heath and I were just talking about we're going to place the distribution panel at this location right here. And the reason why we're going to place the distribution panel here is because we have fairly easy access down into the crawl space as well as into the attic space up above us. Now, getting down into the crawl space, that's going to permit us to get into the kitchen area and into the family room, and then around the corner into the exercise room as well as into the guest bedroom. From the same location, we'll be able to also go up into the main attic space, which will take us up above the dining room, also above the library. And then we found a way that we can make a jog and go up into the upper attic, which will take us above to the master bath and master bedroom as well.
Now, you're pulling all the telephone and coax cable back to here.
Right.
Where are you going to be pulling all the speaker runs?
Well, let me show you that. Heath? Show you the family room over here.
Okay. So the speaker wires will be going underneath through this crawl space.
That's correct. We're going to basically be bringing in our telecommunication service into this location. That's going to consist of digital satellite or digital cable, telephone service of that nature. Now from this location, we're going to connect to the audio-video equipment, and then we're going to install two pieces of hardware in this entertainment center. We're going to install an audio zone controller, which is going to allow us to listen to different audio sources throughout the house simultaneously. One part's listening to CD, and the other part's listening to the radio. And then we're also going to be installing a distribution amplifier at this location as well. And what the distribution amplifier will do is that allow us to have enough volume to distribute throughout the house.
Okay.
That distribution amplifier will then be connected to a small panel that will be located on the wall. And from that, we're then going to branching our speaker cable throughout the house.
Okay, but to do that, you're going to, John, you're going to take all those speaker cable runs back through the access paths at the distribution center.
That's correct.
Right, so they'll use the same paths, but sort of bypass that and come to this termination location.
That's correct.
Okay, well, that sounds like a good strategy for speakers as well.
Thank you.
Now, you said you're bringing telephone and coax over here to the entertainment center.
Right.
But how are you bringing the feeds in from the service center for the telephone and cable?
Well, sure. Let me take you outside and I'll show you that.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, this is going to be our point of service. And from this location, we're going to bring in two aerials. It's already being provided by utility companies for both telephone service as well as for cable television.
Okay.
We're going to bring it down to this location here, and while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and remove the excess cable off the side of the house. From here, we're going to go through this pipe, which will go into this crawl space.
Yeah, so this pipe runs through the crawl space. Where does that go?
Well, that's going to come right down through here, underneath the family room,
Okay.
up into this closet.
This is one of the air conditioning utility closets.
This is one of the mechanical closets, and we're going to come in through the back corner, and then from here we're going to go back down into the crawl space, through the crawl space, back up into our distribution panel.
Right. Now, John, we've talked a lot about our crawl space distribution strategy, and I know that you're going to use many of the attic crawl spaces.
Yeah, let me show you where the attics are.
Okay.
From this point, we can see all 3 attic spaces that we're going to have to work with. We have the left side over here, which is going to be above the library and the dining room area. And then off on the right-hand side, this is going to be above the guest bedroom and the exercise room. Then up at the top, we have a 3rd attic space, which is going to be above the master bath and master bedroom. And then we have a small space that's going to connect the left side to the right side, which is going directly above the green room.
John, the access hole we saw at the top of the stairs will get us into the attics on this side.
That's correct.
And the smaller one we saw in the back of the master bedroom closet, that'll get us over on this side, is that right?
That's correct.
And then in the master closet, we saw the pull-down stairs. That will get us to that 2nd story attic.
That's correct.
So are you going to use all of these attic crawl spaces, John, to get into drop down the first floor walls?
Not really. On this side, the attic space is really tight because we have a lot of HVAC ducting going through here, which is coming up from that closet.
Okay.
So what we're primarily going to try to do is we're going to use the left-hand side and use everything through the attic to come down through into those rooms. But on this side, we think it's going to be easier for if we come in through the crawl space and then come up.
Okay. And that's about the location we can see here where you're going to go from the distribution center up into the 2nd story attic.
Yeah.
Right where that access space was.
Yeah, it's going to be a
in the
little tricky,
master
but we're going to
closet.
get it through.
Okay.
Good.
So where would you guys start?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to run the shop lights all the way through the attic spaces and the crawl spaces. By illuminating the area, it's going to be easier for our crews to move around in those areas.
Oh, good idea.
And then the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and cut out the distribution panel, so therefore we can have one place so that all the wires
Start
can
your
come
wires.
to. Right.
Well, I'd sure like to take a look at those crawl spaces, so I'm
Okay.
going to do that.
I'd like to see the distribution panel.
Well, let me show you.
Okay.
Hey, Heath.
Hey,
Hey, you putting in the distribution panel?
yes I am.
Well, hey, this is Helen.
Hi, could you
Hi.
use some help there?
Sure.
Great, I'll catch up with y'all later.
Okay, good. So what do you got going on here?
Well, I just cut an exploratory hole so that I can have a look around inside the wall
Okay.
to make sure that there are no fire blocks or any other wires going to keep us from putting the panel right here.
Okay, we got the hole. Let's take a look. How do you do that?
Got this nifty little tool for looking around inside the wall.
Lights it up inside there, and with a mirror you're able to see
Right.
up, down, left, right, and how's the cavity look?
It looks all clear. It looks like it's going to be just fine.
Okay, now after you cut this hole out, then what's your next step?
Well, we won't put the panel in right away. We want to pull all
Okay.
the wires first
Okay.
so that after the fact we can come in and pull it through the panel, give us more room to work with.
Well, good. Well, I think you're all set. I think I'll leave you cutting out the hole and check back later when you got some holes
All right.
drilled and wires pulled.
Thanks a lot.
Next, Heath gets crawl space duty. He drills a 2-inch access hole up the wall cavity and feeds a fiberglass rod up for John.
John, tell me what you got going here. It looks like the first run.
That's what we got, Helen. We got the first runs we're going to be taking down into the crawl space. What we've done is we've drilled a large hole down through the bottom plate.
Okay.
Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be attaching this the cables here to this glow rod. Now Heath is going to then be pulling the glow rod down into the crawl space. When it gets down into the crawl space, Heath is then going to be passing that on to Scott, which is down there as well. Scott's then going to take the bundle of cables, and then we're going to basically walk it to the front corner of the home.
Okay, so this is the horizontal run that's going to the exercise room and over to the guest room.
That is correct.
Okay, and when you get to the other end, how are we going to get the wires up?
Well, when we get to the other end, what we're going to try to use, we're going to try to use the existing wire that's already in place in the existing outlets. We're simply going to cut that wire, attach the new wire to the old wire, and try to use the old wire as a pull string
As
and
a
pull it
pull
right
string.
back up.
Okay, and if that doesn't work?
If that doesn't work, what we're going to do is we're going to come down through the cover plate, basically back down to the bottom plate, drill through, attach the wires to the glow rod, then pull it back up through the outlet.
Okay, great. Well, I'll meet up with you over there.
Great. We'll see you then.
John and Heath next work on getting the cable for the exercise room outlet up from below using an existing wall box.
Okay, pull it down, Heath.
So John, how you doing on your first floor runs?
We're just about there.
Now you've got all of those Cat 5s to the exercise and guest room, and this is the last one to...
Yeah, we also got the kitchen done too.
Oh yeah. Now when you finish this, you're ready to go up.
Yeah, next runs are going to go up to the new crew that's going to be up in the attic.
And this one goes over to the entertainment center.
That's correct.
Right. Well, I'll catch them over there, and I think I saw your crews working on the on the second floor access holes. We'll look for those too.
We're right there.
All right.
We can fish the rod down.
In the crawl space next to the master bedroom, Brian has drilled a 2-inch hole down into the same wall cavity as the distribution panel and feeds a fiberglass rod down to John. Brian, how you doing?
Pretty good. How
Tight
about
space
yourself?
up here. So you got the hole drilled down to the distribution. Now this is the cable that's going to go over to the master bedroom.
Yes, sir.
How are you going to get? So actually, all of our cables coming up from below are going to come through this hole.
Yes, sir.
This is our access up to the first floor attic, and then I think we're going to go up here someplace to get to the second floor.
That's correct.
How are you going to get this? This one goes over to the master bedroom.
Yes, sir.
How are you going to do that? Over through that little tiny access space, I guess.
Yes, sir. We're going to take some glow rods. We'll fish them across. At the other end, Heath will retrieve it and attach a pull string.
Yeah.
I'll pull the glow rods back. Then we'll take our multi-port cable. We'll attach it to the pull string, and he'll pull it back across.
Got it. Got it. All right. Well, we'll watch you do that. Me from a safe distance, and doesn't look like we can get a big crowd in here. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. I'll catch up with Heath on the other side.
All right.
To get the cable to the master bedroom outlet, Brian pushes 18 feet of fiberglass rod with an egg beater attachment through the small space around the stairwell over to Heath. Heath works a grab-it over the ductwork to grab the end of the rod that Brian is feeding.
Ready to pull, Heath?
Brian then prepares an old coax outlet for the new cable, while Heath works the cable across the crawl space through the outlet to Brian. I give these kids a hand by drilling a 1 1/4-inch hole up the bedroom wall into the second floor attic space above. Brian then carefully feeds a push rod with a pull wire attached to the end up the hole I just drilled. Since Heath can't get over the AC ductwork, he has to try and reach over with a grab-it and snag the pull wire. This took him several frustrating tries. But he finally snags it. Brian then attaches all the cables needed for the second floor to the pull cord. Then guides the cable up the wall as Heath pulls them up into the attic. John, hey, I see they got all the cables up to the second floor attic. And
Yeah.
a little minor struggle there. Now there's audio, telecom, and others. Some of those are coming in here. How you
That's
gonna? Where are they going?
Well, what we got is we have a volume control going right here for the speakers in this particular room. And in order for us to get to it, we're going to have to cut out a part of the decking right above here that the air conditioning is sitting on top of.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
going to allow me to get to the top plate, drill on through the top plate, drop the wire down into the wall cavity.
Okay.
Down that way. Did you find that drill?
Hi, Brian. I see you're working on the head end.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what do you got going?
I just removed an existing phone plate that they had their DSS running to. We're not going to need this anymore because we're installing our new panel head-in box, and it'll have an existing phone on it.
I see it has a phone on it and will connect to the audio equipment
That's
here.
correct.
And the back of this terminate all the speaker wires
Right.
that are run through the crawl space and such up to here. Looks like you got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, great. Okay, so we're ready now to get some speaker wires up there. I'll go tell the guys at the other end that we're ready to do some pulls.
Alrighty.
Catch you later. Thanks.
Ring kind of thing. Okay, go ahead and install it.
Next, John and crew install the volume control and TP outlet in the master bedroom. John marks the correct stud cavity by using a wire drill, and Heath drills down from the attic. John feeds the cables for each speaker back up from the volume control location.
Go ahead.
Heath then pulls the cable to the ceiling speaker hole locations.
I see you guys are moving along with the master bedroom ceiling speakers.
Yeah, we're just about there.
I see you've got the wires over here for the volume control, the keypad, and the telephone all pulled, and the green one's going up for the speakers up there.
Yeah, and I got Heath up in the attic about to hand me the wire down as I cut this hole out. We'll put this speaker up.
Okay, so up here you have done the master bath volume control, and phone in there.
That's right.
And you got all the wires here, so when these speakers are installed,
We're done.
we're done. You can clean up here.
That's it.
I'll go downstairs and tell them that you've got all the wire you need, and they can cut off the lengths for the speakers.
I want him to pass it down. Good.
Right? Because I only had
Okay, Heath, don't forget to push the insulation back on top of the speaker when I get it up.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, John, looks like you're on the home stretch, just first floor left.
And where that's it.
You've got all your communication wiring in, so it's just speaker and keypads and volume
Speaker and a
controls.
couple keypads, and that's it.
Great. Now, what are you going to do first?
First thing we're going to do is we're going to take the volume control and the speakers on into the dining room, then we're going to go off to the library as well.
And you're going to do that through that access space.
All through that attic.
And you got a new guy up there today.
Got a new guy up there today.
The other guy died?
No. Just changing him out. Got
Okay.
Steve up there right now.
Giving him a break. Good man. All right, I'll go catch Steve and see how he's doing.
I appreciate it.
Go ahead, Steve.
Looks like you got elected to pull the speaker wires.
Lucky me.
You're going to get those back over the library and the dining room, right?
Yes, sir.
And you've got speaker wires and keypad wires.
Yep.
How are you going to get back there? Boy, that's close.
Get as small as I can get and crawl flat as I can go.
Well, it's the morning. Temperature's not too bad today.
It's only about 120 now.
Right. If you see one of the other installers that died up here, let us know.
I'll drag him down.
We'll get his bones out. Following a wire bit marker, Steve drills down for the volume control in the dining room and attempts to push the cables down with a push rod, but runs into problems. A look with a fiber optic scope reveals another fire block. He now makes it all the way to the cutout in the dining room wall. He then pulls up the cables to the speakers.
Hi, John.
How you doing, Helen?
How's it going in the dining room here?
Doing well.
Locating the speakers in the ceiling, I see.
Yep, we just found out where we're clear.
How'd you figure that out?
Well, basically, we found out which direction the trusses were going first, and we found out that they were going parallel to this window, and then we just tried to find the space that was in between those two trusses. We then did a probe going straight up. I've got a guy up in the attic right now. We basically just made sure everything was clear. Now I'm going to go ahead and circle around where the speaker needs to be and cut it on out.
Okay, here's the template.
Thank you.
So he let you know for sure that we're in the center of the
Yeah, we're good
trusses.
to go.
Okay.
That. Steve, watch your hands on butts cut.
Okay.
John and crew next install the speakers in the library. John cuts the keypad opening and Steve drills down from above. Next, Steve drills down into the exercise room for the speaker keypad from the crawl space at the top of the stairs. He then feeds down the cables that he previously pulled across the crawl space down to John.
Tell me when to stop on slide.
Hi, John. Steve, looks like this is the last one. Last time you're down there in the hole. Okay, so what do you got going here? Can I help you?
Send the rest of the wires to
Helen and
the main
Steve are
audio
going to
bit.
feed all the speaker
Okay.
and keypad control cables from the attic spaces above down into the crawl space, where John will take them over to the wall panel opening next to the entertainment center.
So, Steve, you got it?
That's it.
Great. Well,
There we
good
go.
thing they're long enough, too.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so now you trim out, put that panel in.
Then hook up the equipment. We'll be ready to go.
We'll be listening to tunes soon.
There you go.
Well, good. I can't wait to hear it. Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
These are our source inputs and our zone outputs.
Hi, Grayson.
Hi. John, I just followed the last service entrance runs with your guys. They're hooking it up at the distribution center, and it looks like, except for a little trim out and this fancy-dancy equipment hookup, job's done.
Just about.
Well, it was a little difficult job, but we didn't lose any of our installers up
No,
in
we
the
sure
attic. Austin in the summer, that was tough up there, and the crawl space was small.
Yeah.
But your guys did an excellent job, including in the crawl spaces under the house.
Thank you very much.
I know the homeowner's going to be really happy with the structured wiring, the whole house music system. Amazing that this house 50 years old and it's transparent how you guys got the wires around.
Well, we hope they enjoy it.
They will.
John, we enjoyed this working with you on the installation.
Likewise.
And I'm sure we'll see you in another one of our videos in the future.
Fantastic.